What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay, aka Marv, here live on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. Hope everybody's doing well. Excited about tonight. We are heading into WrestleMania weekend, baby. I'm hyped, honestly speaking. This WrestleMania is looking crazy. All the matches between Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar, CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, Stephanie Valkyrie versus Liv Morgan, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. So many matches for WrestleMania 42. Ah, man, night one is looking crazy. Night two is looking more crazy. Brock Lesnar's opening actually night two in WrestleMania. What's up, bro? Everything good? You already know, here maintaining. Live on both platforms. Well, all three platforms tonight. Trying to go hard or go home. Pause, pause. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Honestly speaking, like I said, got a lot of things going on tonight. We got unboxings. We got predictions. Like, being a fan for years, the way wrestling is going nowadays, and I love it. Shout out to WWE, shout out to AEW for entertaining us fans. Yo! At the end of the day, like, these people are going out there every night, every day, putting their bodies on the line, making sure they're entertaining us fans, When people say that wrestling is fake, I'll be like, bro, when I was younger, I wrestled a bit, we did home wrestling. I did wrestling in high school. So when people say wrestling is fake, it's not fake, bro. Trust me. It's not fake. They may talk to each other when they're gonna do a move and all that stuff, but it's not fake. It's not fake. Like, you really gotta respect what they're doing there, because at the end of the day, taking a chair shot, getting slammed on glass, getting slammed on thumbtacks, getting hit with a ladder, or just being slammed on a ladder or being put through a table. At the end of the day, you got splinters, you got stuff like that. Your body's not made out of steel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta be realistic here. Like, but yeah, I'm excited about tonight. We got some WWE Universe cards. Shout out to Tops These. Found them at my local Target. That was honestly, I was lucky to come across these, because it's so hard nowadays to come across these, or even when they post them on Tops. Like right now they got WrestleMania 42 cards going, which you could get lucky and get an autographed one, or most likely, for real, wrestling ain't fake. People that say that never wrestled. Yo, for real, that is so true. I have to agree with that one. And not only that, like, ever since UFC came out, a lot of people want to compare wrestling to UFC. It's not the same thing. Like, it's similar, but UFC is a comeback sport, and it's like you go into the octagon or something, and you go in there. It's not the same thing. So it's like, I respect what UFC fighters do, and I respect what wrestlers do, because at the end of the day, as a fan for years, like I say, and you're there. I've been to UFC fights, and nothing wrong. It's pretty exciting. It's the rush of seeing two dudes going at it. Pause, because I sound a little more. But you know what I mean, like. But it's like, people be like, oh, wrestling is fake. Nah, bro, it's not fake. Because at the end of the day, you have to be in top physical shape to do all this stuff. Yeah, the physical aspect is that's so true. Wrestling, getting slammed, going through tables, jumping off ladders, getting injured and hurt. For real, I have to agree. That's what people forget about. Like, you could get injured behind these things, and people be like, oh, no, that's all an act. Let me tell you something. They could probably read something, and when they're in the ring, I don't believe that they practice anything before they do it. I believe that they see something, or they read a script or something, and they go out there and try to, or not even. Sometimes it's like, I feel like it's not even that. Sometimes I feel like it's more like, trust me and I trust you, And sometimes the guy taking all the hits is the one trying to keep the other guy safe. A lot of people don't realize that. So it's like, like, you have to respect that. I went recently to a show last Saturday with my boy. Shout out to Pun. They looked out for me. Took me to watch NXT live in Plymouth, in Massachusetts here. And honestly speaking, watching NXT live was better than watching it on TV. The experience, the atmosphere, the thrill of just watching these new upcoming rising stars from WWE/NXT coming out, you know, to the big time cards like WWE Monday Night Raw or WWE SmackDown. You know, like seeing these guys performing in front of fans and going all out the way they're doing it, you know, there's a lot. Like I seen like Roddy Piper said, go tell Mr. Hart how fake wrestling is. Rest in peace, Owen Hart. For real. I have to agree with man. You know, and that's another thing, like Owen Hart, man, that was unfortunate. You know, he went from a serious wrestler with the Hart dynasty and everything, and it's like the family and everything, and it's like to this blue blazer gimmick who basically ended up taking his life because it's like he was trying to entertain us fans by doing what he had to do, his gimmick in that time, and look what happened. So it's things like that you gotta have to look at. That's a good example. I appreciate that. It's a good example. You know, it's like that was crazy. I still can't forget that to this day. Like I was a kid. I was like between the ages 13 to 16 years old, and I remember watching that, and I was just stuck because even though they blacked out the screen, you heard the scream, and it's like, yo, it was crazy. It was just crazy. And then when they came back on live TV, and you see Owen Hart just laying in the middle of the ring near the turnbuckle, so in your head as a fan, it made you realize, like, it made you think of things like, did he hit the turnbuckle? Did he land? And you know, it was things like that that was running through my mind, and it was like to this day, as you can see, it's been years, and I'm still like, you know, in my head about it, like, yo, that was crazy. I have to say that was really crazy to see what happened to Owen. I was like, yo, that's insane. I will never forget that. Just thinking about it now, I'm just like, yo, I will never forget that. It was really crazy, bro. Like I felt so bad. I was like, yo, that's so messed up, man. And the fact that they added like it was nothing and the show kept going. Like I don't blame Bret Hart for reacting the way he did. Toy Fury, what's up, brother? Everything good? Thank you for joining the live, man. First time live on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I've been trying to like go live for a while now on my Instagram through stream, but for some reason it's having a hard time connecting it. So I'm still trying. So right now I got my phone in front of me because we are in WrestleMania weekend. We got a lot going on. I was just talking about the matches. Honestly speaking, man, my predictions for WrestleMania is a little bit rough because I'm in between two places, you know. I love CM Punk. I'm a big CM Punk supporter, and I love the Tribal Chief because I'm a big Tribal Chief supporter. So being me is hard right now. And any fan that can relate knows what I'm talking about. Like, don't get me wrong. Can Roman become champion, world heavyweight champion? Yes, he can. But what kills me about the whole situation with Roman and the bloodline is that CM Punk is right. Even though Roman don't like what Punk is saying, same. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have to respect what Punk is saying about Roman needing help in a way, you know, because every time Roman did retain and every time Roman did, you know, did his thing, he had the bloodline nearby. But I'm going Punk. Yo, bro, same here. Same here. I'm going Punk. And my girl's like, oh, you a traitor? I was like, no, babe, I'm not a traitor. Don't call me a traitor. You don't understand. Like, I love Roman. But the way Roman is making it seem is like Punk is too old. You feel me? And I'm like, bro, I'm 42 years old. You ain't gonna play me. I'm not old. So it's like, and then having Roman is like, what, 40 years old? Talk about, oh, you old? Bro, stop. Stop. You feel me? So it's like, I love Roman, but I don't like the fact that he's too cocky going into WrestleMania 42. That promo that he just put today in the car, keep your name on my fucking, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. I'm like, bro, like, I know Roman could be aggressive, but this right here is like, but I love the fact, I love the fact that, you know, they don't like each other, they hate each other, and they like, you know what? But I love, yeah, tell me when I'm telling lies. That's right. And like I said, I love the fact that Punk kept it 100 on Monday Night Raw, and he even apologized for mentioning Sika. So I love that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I humbly apologize to you, or I sincerely apologize to you. I respected that about him because they know going into this feud, that was gonna kind of like, and I have to say, knowing CM Punk, it kind of like humbled the whole situation, if you know what I'm saying. Like, what a perfect way to get in his head in a way by apologizing to what I said about his father, because in a way, even though it's not a mind game, but it is, I respect his father. So let me take that little animosity and energy out of this feud right now and at least apologize for that behalf to throw Roman off a little bit. Because let me tell you something. Roman going into that match and you talk about my father, it's a wrap. We fighting. We gonna go at it. So the fact that Punk did that kind of like, you know, now it's just you don't like me, I don't like you, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like I was thinking about that perspective and I'm like, yo, it's gonna be crazy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm 42 years old and I feel like I'm 16. I'm excited. Yeah, I know, right? He said, fuck that. He said it already. Yo, for real. And then the whole Stephanie Valkyrie situation with Liv Morgan, like, yeah, Randy's gonna win. I want Randy to win. Like, I was asking, because you gotta ask sometimes ChatGPT, and it was like, oh, Cody Rhodes is a favorite, and I'm like, I don't know, buddy. Like, ChatGPT, you better get your shit right, because even though Cody's a fan favorite because he's the baby face, the Viper's back. That's exactly what I said. I want Stephanie to retain. I want Stephanie to retain just because you don't talk about nobody's mother. You don't talk about nobody's mother or parent, and just in general. You don't do that shit. You don't do that. You make things very personal when you do that. And don't get me wrong, I know Stephanie Valkyrie is not 100%, but it's like you don't talk about nobody's mom, man. Yo, for real, she clocked it. She let her have it. She let her have it backstage where her and Roxanne Perez bump heads. Bah! I was like, ooh. And when that happened, I was watching TV live and I was like, yo, she clocked it for real. So I was like, Fury loves himself some Stephanie. Laugh out loud for real. Like, I love Stephanie Valkyrie. I tell my girl all the time because my girl loves Roman Reigns. And like, you know how you love Roman Reigns? Well, Stephanie Valkyrie is my Roman. She's like, whatever. I mean, yeah, whatever then. Whatever. He said, yeah, I do. Side. But like I said, I'm excited, man. WrestleMania is looking good. It's looking exciting. Like I said, we got Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I'll pop the rocks. I'm done. We got Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. We got the ladder match between Rey Mysterio. Hey, what about Miss Parker? You'll stop playing for real. Miss Parker. She can get it too. Joker loves Jada. Nah, Miss Parker. And it's like I said, like it was funny because the whole thing when at first Jay Uso, Miss Parker, like this whole, I was like, yo, if he is doing him, that's his business, bro. Let him be. But recently he claimed that he was like, I'm tired of the nonsense, bro. Yeet, that's me. And then now this whole thing with Jay Uso and Cameron kind of makes me feel like, is Cameron gonna cost Jay and LA Knight and Jimmy the match at WrestleMania Night 1? Are they gonna cost him that? So it's like Cameron's like, see you Saturday at WrestleMania 42 after he got attacked in his Keep It whatever show. I forgot what it's called. Keep It 100, Keep It Real. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's not looking good for the Usos and LA Knight just by that little post that Cameron did after that attack in his own show. Line him up for real. Yeah, so Ruka, man. Hold on. Okay, I gotta catch up. Jada, Roxanne, Nikita, Kalani, Soruka. I seen Soruka recently live on the live event over here in Massachusetts and Plymouth. And let me tell you something. Seeing Soruka live, man, that chick is awesome. She came out, went at it, and yo, she got fire in her. That girl don't play, man. That girl don't play. She don't play. I love Soruka. She came out and she was not hesitating. She was like, nope. But let me show you guys what I picked up from NXT live event. We got this little, well, not little because your boy over here is a big boy. But we got this t-shirt. We believe in Joe Hendry. Even though he's not the NXT champion no more, but we still believe. Picked up this t-shirt at the live event. Joe Hendry t-shirt. For real, let him Blake go. They fumble hard about it because she's doing so good. Shirt and the live event. Shout out to Joe Hendry. The last match was a triple threat between Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page. It was hilarious because in the live event, I believe there was pictures on it online where Ricky Saints put on a blonde wig and he was acting like Joe Hendry. That was hilarious. But yeah, we got this t-shirt, and of course, seeing this couldn't pass the opportunity, so we got that Joe Hendry autograph, baby. I believe in Joe Hendry. I'm gonna sing for Blake. But yeah, we got that Joe Hendry autograph added to the Marvelous collection. I was like, let's go. And not for nothing, this right here in the live event over here was $20. $20 for a Joe Hendry autograph. I said, you know what? I need that. That's a no-brainer. I was like, I need that. I believe the t-shirt usually go for like $40, $45. I believe the t-shirt was like $25. And I was like, yo, give me that, please. But yeah, we got that Joe Hendry autograph. And we got I think the t-shirt was 40. It was 40, yeah. I'm over exaggerating. But yeah, $20 for this autograph and $40 for the t-shirt. I was like, I'm with it. I'm with it because I believe in Joe Hendry. So I was like, I'm with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not bad. It was like at least $50, $60 the most. But it's not bad though. You know what I'm saying? $20 autograph. I asked the dude, I went to the bathroom and I told my boy, I was like, yo, bro, if you see anything, let me know. So he's like, I bet, bro. Came back. I'm like, yo, bro, what you getting? He was like, yo, bro, I'm getting the Joe Hendry autograph. I said, word? How much is it? My man's like, $20. I said, yo, I need one of those too. And then, of course, he got the Soruka t-shirt. And I was going to get the Soruka t-shirt too, but I was like, I seen the Joe Hendry t-shirt. And I was going to order it online. I just seen it then. I was like, yo, how much for that t-shirt? It was at blah, blah, blah. So let me get it. So yeah, like I said, about $50, $60, but not bad. Better than 800. Do you guys see? Yeah, thank you. Yo, for real, better than 800 for that picture. Yo, that picture was $950. And that's another thing that I was talking to my girl about, because my girl loves Roman Reigns. And I was like, let me tell you something, babe. I said, I'm a big Roman Reigns supporter. I ain't trying to sound like no hater or like, people don't got money, but come on. We have other things in this world to worry about. And it's like to spend $950 just to take a picture with him. It's not even a combo, like a picture and an autograph, just a picture for $950. Tribal Chief, I love you, man. I support you, brother. But $950 for a freaking picture, bro? Nah. I got this autograph from the Tribal Chief when he was champion. And I believe I paid $160, $180 the most for this autograph. And the figure I already had, I just shipped it in. As you can see, it has a thing right here. I got the Tribal Chief's autograph when he was the Undisputed Champion. And I paid like, let's say $200 the most for this. But to get a picture with a Tribal Chief, a photo op, when he's not even champion, I'm not even trying to put him down because he's still the Tribal Chief. I ain't even trying to knock him. But I'm just being realistic in a way, because I'm not a wrestler. I don't make that type of money. $950, bro? The fuck? After I seen that price, I was like, I hope CM Punk beat your ass. I met CM Punk 2 years ago, and NYC Fanatics Fest 2024, and I paid like $160 to take a picture with CM Punk, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's for real. That's 2 months of fakes. So I was like, nah, bro. I love Roman and everything, but when I seen that $950 for a photo op, that kind of told me where his mind is at already. You feel me? Like, and I get it. He was champion for 3.5 years, held the championship down for 1,300 and change. But it's like, bro, $9.50 for a picture with you. Come on, bro. People got families out here, bro. People got family, and you got some fans out here. Let me be realistic with you. You got some fans out here that could be almost homeless, and will still pay that to go meet Roman. And it's like, nah, bro. Roman, I love you, Tribal Chief, but $9.50 to take a picture without a combo? Nah, bro. Like I said, I met Roman when he was part of the Shield. He actually gave me this himself in TD Garden. He was walking out to the crowd, and I was going to the bathroom. Well, he was about to walk out to the crowd, and I was going to the bathroom. I tried to give him a pound, like, get an autograph. He couldn't really stop. He gave me a fist pound, and he took this off, and he was like, yo, I was like, yo, Roman, I came out here to support you, bro. Because at that time, he had a lot of haters. Everybody used to boo the shit out of Roman Reigns out of the arenas. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I came out here to show you love. I said, F those haters. And he just looked at me. He was like, I appreciate that. He gave me a fist bump. Took this off. It was like this. Because I asked him for an autograph. He's like, I can't really stop. He had security around him. They walked him out, and he went through the crowd. And like I said, I respected that. He couldn't stop me, but he still acknowledged the fact that I was showing him love. So I was like, I will never forget that about Roman Reigns. I was like, the big dog looked out, because that's why he was the big dog, not the tribal chief. Cena, my GOAT, and still would never pay. Let me tell you something. Cena last year, Fanatic Fest was, I believe, about 280, roughly 280 or 3 something, and that was still affordable. Me and my brother's actually going this year to Fanatic Fest in 2026 for NYC in July. Me and my brother's actually going. He wanted to meet Mike Tyson, but I mentioned how Randy Orton is gonna be there. I mentioned how John Cena is gonna be there, The Undertaker. But John Cena shows that he's gonna be there, but it says he's gonna be there for the Fanatics games. So I'm not sure if he's gonna do photo ops or autograph. If he don't, it's kind of like, damn, But I'm hoping he does, because nothing has been confirmed yet. It's basically just put out there. But like I said, my brother wanted to meet Mike Tyson. Unfortunately, he said because he works, he's going to try to take the day off to at least he'll meet Tyson. But we definitely going to meet Randy Orton, hopefully John Cena and The Undertaker. Also, Stephanie Valkyrie might be there. So let's see, because me and my brother's going to go, my brother's going to really pay. We're going to go half, but he's really going to pay the majority of everything because it was his idea. So I told him, I got my money for taxes and everything, but I had to pay credit cards, I had to pay debit cards, I had to pay Zip, I had to pay Klarna, I had to pay Afterpay, I had to pay all that stuff, because at the end of the day, thank God for those apps, because without that, none of this would be possible. No, I'm not gonna lie, half of these things I got before these apps ever showed up, but sometimes they do come in handy for other things, like going to live events, going to a concert, taking your kids to a show, stuff like that. So it's like I say, shout out to Klarna, shout out to Afterpay, shout out to Zip, shout out to, even though Affirm be hating on me, how I get approved for Affirm and then they never let me use it. That's crazy. I got approved for Affirm like 2 years ago, never used it in my life, try to use it a couple of times and I can never use it. And it's like, if Affirm was working for me, that would be a lot better for me, because it will be cheaper for Fanatic Fest. But being that Fanatic Fest only takes Affirm at the time, it kind of sucks. Hopefully they'll take Klarna by then, or Zip. It'll be better. I really do hope they work on stuff like that. Like, imagine how many people will attend even more if those apps were available for those live events like that. Just saying, little idea. But yeah, man. Let me show you guys what we're gonna be unboxing tonight, because we got some figures that we're gonna unbox in here tonight. I know you guys are like, okay, we got something from Target. I've been waiting to unbox, so we're gonna unbox this bad boy right now, because I've been waiting for a couple of days now to unbox this. I believe this came in Wednesday. So it's not, I confuse my days because I work a lot. I use Klarna on eBay for my figs. Laugh out loud. Let me tell you something. Klarna, Zip, all those apps is the best thing that ever came out, because at the end of the day, like I said, what's up, bum? At the end, like I said, is apps that make everything better and make everything possible. Like, I could have gone to WrestleMania because on 316 day they had tickets for $159. And if you guys don't believe me, and if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you went online on Ticketmaster for 316 day, those tickets are so cheap that if people didn't buy tickets because they just didn't want to attend. But like I said, I wanted to go, but if I would have gone, it would have been $200 because I was not gonna drive down there. It would have been $200 to take the bus down there, and I would have had to transfer, I think, like 3 times for 3 different buses. So I was like, damn, that's $200 going and 200 coming. So I would have been $400 right there. But then not counting a hotel. I was like, man, I was like that. I was like, I'm all set. Like I said, I'm a huge wrestling fan, but I gotta be realistic sometimes. We got families, and if you don't take if you don't take care of these responsibilities first, you're screwed. Go to WrestleMania, come back and be homeless. Everybody got time for that. Like, nah, man. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, baby. Oh, yes. It's not a black card, but we got the LJN WWE Superstar. Give me a hell yeah. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not a black card, but we got a Stone Cold Steve Austin LJN figure. Shout out to Target. Got the notification the other day that it's available, and I was like, let me order it because it was $25. And you know about these figures, you go on Mercari, you go anywhere else, they're like $50 a pop, $60 a pop, sometimes $75. And I'm not trying to pay $75 for a figure. As much as I love Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'm not paying $75 for a figure. But we got the LJN Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let me show you guys real quick my other collection here. We got the LJN Dusty Rhodes. We got the LJN Black Card Hulk Hogan. We got the LJN Black Card John Cena. And we got the LJN Black Card Logan Paul. Like I said, I got lucky with these. I pre-ordered these online for Target, and they all came in black card. And I was like, yo, you know what? The wrestling gods and wrestling figure gods looked out, because what are the odds of getting all black card figures? And I was like, I was hoping in a way that this was going to be a black card figure, but I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? We got an LJ and Stone Cold Steve Austin figure. Dope. I'm going to actually keep this one in the box. Not going to unbox this bad boy, because if I do get a black card figure, I will be unboxing this. Or most likely, wait someday here are Marvelous Collectibles. But yeah, man, predictions for WrestleMania. So we're talking about wrestling. I would have to say Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I'm going with Obafemi. And the only reason why I'm going with Oba is because everybody who has announced their retirement in WWE has now won their retirement match. And I'm not saying that this match between Obafemi and Brock is a retirement match, but it's basically passing the torch to somebody else, like the next big thing. And you can even tell that Paul Heyman's reaction when Oba talks. Strange Dog Comic Wrestling. What's up, brother? Everything good? Sorry. Hello to everybody that's here. Sorry if I'm missing any comments. Just talking wrestling. I got three streams going on. I got YouTube, Twitch, and I also got Instagram. So I'm not ignoring anybody here. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I was at Mini 39 for both nights because my family lives in Cali, so I didn't need to. That's awesome, bro. That's so sick. I was gonna go to actually WrestleMania 39. I was gonna go, but it's just my luck. I have not gone to Armenia yet. I have not gone to Armenia. I've been to plenty of live events like Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE Live. I've been to a lot of live events, but I have yet to attend a WrestleMania, and it's one of my dreams to attend a WrestleMania. And my girl, like I tell my girl all the time, she's like, "Oh, but you want to go to WrestleMania 41 or 40?" And I'm like, "Babe, it's just a whole perspective of going to WrestleMania in general." Like I was explaining to her something the other day. I was like, I love wrestling as a fan. I do. But I think one of the reasons why I love wrestling so much is because all my childhood memories that I had with my dad. And not to put my dad down any type of way, nothing like that, or not to get in any like personal information with between my child. But my childhood, my father was not the best. My father had a drinking problem, and I think it's one of the reasons why I don't drink. May he rest in peace, because at the end of the day, he was my dad, and I love him. Being an adult now, I kind of understand, because when you go through problems in a relationship and you just got kids and there's a lot of stress involved, things as a child in your eyes don't seem right, but when you get older, you kind of understand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like the only good memories that I have with my dad was Saturday night main event when we used to watch wrestling together. And if I didn't have to sell my kidney and feed pigs to buy a ticket to run. Yo, what's up, bro? We got Scribble Doodle in the house. I seen that comment and I was like, yo, hold on. Oh man. But yeah, like I can't wait for Mania. But like I say, my happiest moments and my happiest memory with my father was watching wrestling. And may he rest in peace, because it's been now 19 years since my father's been gone. And I got to meet Hulk Hogan last year. Oh, the year before, excuse me. I got to meet Hulk Hogan in 2024 in Fanatic Fest, and it was a childhood dream of mine to let Hulk Hogan know how much my father was a fan of his, and how much he was a big influence on me to become a wrestling fan. And so it was crazy, because Hogan was like, is he alive? And I was like, nah, he actually passed. And he's like, I'm sorry to hear that. So it was pretty dope to be able to share that experience with Hulk Hogan. And I met Hulk Hogan more than once in 2024. I met him at Fanatic Fest, and then when I came back from New York, a month later, he was actually out here doing his beer thing, and I met him there also, and he remembered me. So that was pretty dope. But like I say, he said, "There we go, I'm back. Hold on, I'll switch to my other account. Laugh out loud. I'm done, bro. Hold on, that's too funny." But yeah, like I said, I'm excited for Mania. If I didn't make sure I don't miss no comments, I'm back. I went to my first ever event with my dad in 2015, and I met Bray Wyatt after the show. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, because I never met Bray Wyatt, but I heard so many good things about that man, and what a good dude he really was. And it's unfortunate that what happened, and it just sucks, because it's like people that, I don't know, it's hard to explain. People like him, and it's crazy because Brody died, then Bray, and it was like, and then it's like you left with Eric, and it's like Eric, when they interviewed Eric recently when he came back to WWE. What's up, bro? You ready for WrestleMania? Yeah, Kyle, you was there. Facts. I forgot, my boy was there too. Meeting Hogan was a dope experience, and I'm glad we got to meet him afterward. Yeah, for real. That we got to meet up afterward. Yeah, for real. I actually agree. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope to meet Hogan. And that's exactly what I was just talking about here in the live stream. Like, to me, Hulk Hogan was pretty dope, because it was one of my childhood memories. And I remember telling my brother, because my brother went with me to meet Hulk Hogan at Fanatic Fest in New York. I was like, bro, we gotta meet Hogan. And he was like, yo, yeah, but I said, bro, Hulk Hogan's 70 something years old. He looks great, but we gotta meet him, bro, because I said I don't want to take that chance where we just be like, yeah, we'll meet him next year, and it don't happen. And I am so glad that we went to meet him, because at the end of the day, look what happened. And it's unfortunate. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those fans that when I found out that Hulk Hogan passed away, it was like losing my dad in a way, because my dad was such a big Hulk Hogan fan, and my dad made me such a big Hulk Hogan fan. So it's like to lose Hogan, and it's like the fact that I kind of got to tell him how my father loved him so much. It was crazy. It was crazy for me, honestly speaking. Like, to me, the figure in wrestling, Hulk Hogan, the character in wrestling was bigger than life. He was a superhero to me. It was like he was bigger than GI Joe. Growing up in the '80s, me as a kid, I remember I started watching wrestling around 1990, 1991. I was at least like 6, 7 years old. Politics aside, I knew my 10-year-old self would be kicking myself if I didn't meet him. I know he wasn't the best human, but he was my childhood. Yeah, I agree. I agree with those words you just put it in, brother. I agree with those words 100%. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, man, excited about WrestleMania. I keep saying that because I am really excited about WrestleMania 42. There's so much going to go on this weekend, like I said. And also, shout out to Darby Allin, man. Shout out to Darby Allin on beating MJF. That was impressive. Like, kind of like had a feeling it was going to happen, but I kind of wasn't sure. But to see that happen for Darby, and then to have Sting show up, Sting the icon show up for Darby, and just show him love, I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. You feel me? The fact that Sting showed up to Darby Allin's match when he wins the NXT Championship. Excuse me, NXT, the AEW Championship. That was pretty dope. My boy over here on Instagram, on YouTube said, I ain't gonna lie, I love Macho Man more than Hulk Hogan, bro. I hear you. Macho Man was a man too. Macho Man Randy Savage was a man too. Oh yeah. Macho Man was the man. Let me show you guys what we're gonna be unboxing here tonight. Talking about Darby Allin, we got a Darby Allin figure here. Our match collection series 1. Got this figure now in my collection for a while now. Here we have, well, let me see what year this figure dropped. What year? Usually it shows you the year. I'm looking for the year, how long I got this figure in my collection. Come on, show me the year. Okay, it says 6/24/21. So I got this in my collection for a couple of years now. Darby Allin All Match Series with the TNT Championship and a skateboard. Gonna be unboxing this bad boy. Before we do, give me 1 minute. Let me get something to drink. We're back. Got me a little clear sparkling water because I've been trying to stay off the Coca-Cola because I love Coca-Cola, but I don't love V-Back. Look who's here. My mother, bendición, madre mía. Mom Dukes is watching me. She's my biggest fan. Ever since I've been drinking like sparkling water, excuse me, eating a little bit better. I don't know if you guys could tell from a couple of years that I've been going live now, but your boy stressed some weight. What's up, brother Nerve? Really in the house on YouTube. Everything good, my man? Hope you had a great stream. I'm live actually here on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, trying to do all 3 platforms at the same time. I'm trying to conquer TikTok too, but it's giving me a hard time. But yeah, man, excited about WrestleMania, talking about predictions and all that stuff. Shout out to Darby Allin on winning the AEW World Heavyweight Championship last night. We're gonna unbox this bad boy that I got since 2021 in my collection. Put the AEW Championship on him because at the end of the day, he's a champ right now. Yes, sir. I'm excited for Mania. So many matches, man. So many matches. Just Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar alone is a crazy match. That match already got me hyped. Just knowing that those two guys are gonna go at it, and the promo that Oba just dropped on Monday Night Raw to Paul Heyman. How he said in 25 years nobody could beat Brock Lesnar, but just in 4 weeks, I know he can be beat. I was like, yo, I honestly cannot wait for Oba versus Brock. That match is gonna be everything and everything we don't expect. Everything we do expect and everything we don't. Because let me tell you something. I have never seen anybody manhandle Brock Lesnar the way Obafemi did the first time he picked him up in the, you know what I'm saying, the power bomb. I have never in my life seen anybody pick up Brock Lesnar that fast and drop him like nothing. And the fact that Brock sold it so good was what made it even better. So yeah, MJF, the championship must come off your shoulder. And we're gonna put it on Darby Allin's shoulder. I hope you do, brother. I hope you watch Mania this year because it's gonna be crazy. WrestleMania is gonna be insane. It's gonna it's just the cards are stacked. That's what makes it so interesting. The cards are so stacked this year. Brock versus Oba, Penta with the ladder match. My nose is itchy because my allergies is kicking in. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, which I honestly say, man, Trick is gonna win. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little bit upset about how they did Carmelo Hayes because Carmelo Hayes held down that championship for a while, and he put on a hell of a show every time he did go out there and perform. And it's like the way they did him, like, damn, you guys couldn't wait for my man Melo to get to at least WrestleMania and have his WrestleMania moment with the United States Championship. You guys just had to take the championship from him. I honestly would have preferred, and this is maybe just me, but I would have preferred if it would have been a triple threat. I would have preferred if Trick would have got involved like he did, and instead of Carmelo losing the championship, he would have retained, and then it would have been Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Sami Zayn for the United States Championship at Mania. I feel like that right there would have made it a little bit more interesting. The fact that Trick got involved and hit Carmelo should have automatically been like, all right, we're going to do a triple threat because this is what happened. But that wasn't the case. My favorite WWE wrestler, even though meeting him was not the best experience because he's kind of, I feel like I'm a Scorpio. And I could tell when somebody's like in a bad mood, or if I feel your vibe. Yeah, Melo should have been put in Mania. Same thing, for real. If I feel the vibe is off, then, you know. So, even though it wasn't the best experience or the best vibe when I met him, I have to say my favorite wrestler, CM Punk. CM Punk. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, he didn't do nothing to me. He wasn't rude to me, or he wasn't, you know, like, bitter towards me or anything like that. But it was just, I feel like he was just a little bit overwhelmed. And the way things was being run in Fanatic Fest the first year, it was not kind of like professional because some people were skipping lines and some people was getting out of hand with stuff. So it's kind of understandable, the frustration, because even me, I would have been frustrated. But like I said, when I went up to him, I was just like, hey, Punk, glad you're back with the company. You know, I'm a big fan. Just glad that you're back. I can't wait to see you as champion. And he's like, man, he's like, thank you. I appreciate that. He gave me a fist pump. And I was like, you know, I'm sorry that you're having a bad experience right now. He's like, it's not your fault, man. It's It's just, it could have been handled better, basically, short term. What's up, brother? Everything good, man? But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it was a little bit off the experience. Like, he wasn't rude to me and nothing like that, but just his vibe was like he was angry. Oh, CM Punk, I have to say, is my favorite wrestler. And me and my girl is like, she's giving me a hard time about it because she knows I love Roman Reigns. As you can see behind me, I'm a big Roman Reigns supporter. I got the Ula Fala. I got the World Heavyweight Championship over here. And I got the Undisputed Championship over here with the Ula Fala on it. Yeah, bro, everything good. You already know, man. Talking about WrestleMania this weekend. Chilling, bro. How you been, though? As you can see, getting older, but I'm still, taking care of me. But it's like I say, it's like, I don't know, man. Being a Roman supporter and being a Punk supporter for years is like, it's putting me in a tough spot. But if I have to choose, I'm going with CM Punk. I'm going with Punk. As much as I feel like they're going to put the championship on Roman, I feel like Punk has something to prove too, because all this talk Roman did on Raw, all this promo, you had the championship for a whole year, and for 3 months you haven't done nothing with it. So it's like, makes me wonder, is the Tribal Chief gonna put CM Punk down, or is it gonna be the opposite? Is CM Punk gonna put the Tribal Chief down? For real, I have to agree. Okay, at least he still got the CC and Punk, man. That's a huge once in a while thing. For real, I have to agree. But I have to, honestly, like I said, as much as I want to say the Tribal Chief is gonna win, I just feel like he's being too cocky right now. Um, just seeing alone today, and I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but just seeing alone today in WWE World and WrestleMania in Las Vegas to take a picture with Roman Reigns, a photo op was $950. I said that's not even a combo. $950 for a photo op. I was like, that's kind of crazy. $950 for a photo op, Roman. Shame on you, brother. Yeah, see, Roman, CM Punk keep like going from good or bad. It's like I said, like, as much as I love Roman Reigns, something's telling me to stay with Punk, because not only is it Punk's first time main eventing WrestleMania as champion, but think about what it would do for Punk, best in the world. Think what it would do for Punk if he was to take down the Tribal Chief. Don't get me wrong, this is the same dude, CM Punk, that went against Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match and split his head open. This is the same dude that went 3 times at it with Drew McIntyre, lost once and won twice. And every time they fought, the encounters was crazy and bloody. So let me keep that in mind, that CM Punk has a different state of mind. CM Punk is in the best shape of his life. And being, 46 years old, 48, he don't look bad, man. And like I said, the fact that CM Punk picked up Roman in a powerbomb 2 weeks ago and put him through a table kind of tells you that Punk has something to prove. You're going to keep calling me old, but this old dog is going to show you something. And it's like I said, man, Roman is too confident because he's been in there with the best and he's beating everybody. Of course, he should be that way. He's a tribal chief. He held the championship down for 1,300 and certain days. You know what I'm saying? Like 3.5 years. He's the tribal chief. He held it down. But now you're going at it with CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? The fact that the feud is so crazy is what makes it so interesting. So I can't wait to see, honestly speaking. If Roman was to win, I'm not going to be mad. But if CM Punk was to retain, I'm going to tell all the fucking haters out there, like, I fucking told y'all. I told y'all. I've been watching wrestling for years. I told y'all. And watch. Honestly speaking, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to sound too cocky. But it's like, I just cannot wait to see these two guys go at it. Pause. But yeah, man. We got here another figure. We got a main event, Series 162. Complete wave is Uncle Howdy, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Kyrie Saint, and of course the GOAT, John Cena. You can't see me. Here we go, baby. John Cena, baby. Let me show you guys how my desk looks. You see this figure right here? My goat, that's right. I'm going to show you guys. Dan, you know your facts. I'm going to show you guys. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm going to show you guys above me what I got going on. Check it out. This is the AEW wall. Got figures above me. Figures on the walls, autographed figures, pictures of Bret Hart and the Godfather. Hell yeah! I got a Bryant. Daniel Bryan. I was getting confused because there's shit. His autograph right there. Can't really see the autograph, but that's autograph. That's Tio Santana. Got the Blue Blazer figure. But yeah, the collection is wild. Figures in this right here. Figures everywhere, baby. We got Oba right here. Yeah, the Money in the Bank, yes. Shout out to Ish Cardona for that one. My boy Ish sent me those posters. He sent me the Money in the Bank poster. He sent me the TLC poster. The Hell in a Cell I actually got from a magazine. But those two posters there was Ish. I got another poster somewhere around here somewhere. But yeah, man. Like I said, I love wrestling. You know, I could be doing worse. I could be going to strip clubs and going out with my boys to bars and getting drunk. I take care of my responsibilities and watch my wrestling. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Appreciate that. That's fine. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, like I said, excited for Mania. Excited for Mania. And now, the last figure that we're going to be unboxing here tonight, because this figure right here, we got to take out of the box and we got to let him breathe. Here we have Elite Collection, Series 122. I don't want to show nothing yet. First time in line is Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, Andrade, Io Sky, Damian Priest, and of course, WWE was bigger and badder than ever in 1998, and the biggest and baddest superstar was the Texas Rattlesnake. And the bottom line, cause Stone Cold says so. So yeah, here we got Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby. I appreciate that, man. Dan, you probably have the most of the collectibles I've ever seen. You should have like 2 million people because this is like amazing. I appreciate that. I really do. Don't forget, guys, on YouTube, Instagram. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like what you see. Oh, your nephew got this one. Like I said, I had to get this figure. Something about the jersey, man. That jersey right there. I always wanted this jersey when I was a kid, and I can never get it. So guess what? We didn't get the jersey, but we got the figure. Let's open this bad boy. Hell yeah! What? Work tomorrow in the morning, but it's okay because tomorrow is literally my Friday. I get Thursdays and Saturdays off, so I'm excited because I'm gonna have my daughter here with me Friday night. She comes to stay with Daddy, and she's a wrestling fan. So unfortunately, she would not be watching WrestleMania with me because she has to go home because I work the following day on Sunday. But I will be watching WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. Most likely, I'll probably go live on Instagram to watch a live reaction to the matches and everything. So if anybody is interested, let me know. Y'all want to see that? Because let me tell you something. When your boy he is into a match, I make the most craziest face of it. That's so pretty cool, though. I appreciate that, man. I really do. But yeah, I got like about 858 subscribers on YouTube. You know, if I had more subscribers, that would be awesome. But I don't. But I am very happy and fortunate enough to have the amount of subscribers that I do have. Because at the end of the day, anybody that does this knows that it's not easy. And me, I don't get paid for none of this stuff. I just do it for the fun of it. Because I am a toy collector and I love wrestling. And I just love to talk wrestling and get to know people all around the world and all wrestling fans, you know. I love the fact that they got AAA now not every Saturday, but mostly every 2 weeks on Saturdays. I can't wait for the match versus match between El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. I can't wait for that. I think I am going to do a live stream while I'm watching WrestleMania. So you can see my reaction and my girl's reaction because my girl's a Roman Reigns fan. And if I am right, and CM Punk retains, she's going to have to acknowledge her tribal chief as I know my stuff. And if she don't, well, then somebody's going to go to sleep. GTS, GTS, GTS. I feel, bro. I'm a small content creator who literally just started not too long ago. And again, I'm not getting paid for anything, but I enjoy doing it. I agree. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while now. And for those YouTube creators and wrestling fans that are doing similar things and are getting paid for it, hey, all the power to you. I don't hate on nobody. I'm all about support. Even if I'm not making that money like you are, I'm all about support. Because at the end of the day, support is what gets you a long way. And every time somebody sends me something on Instagram, and if I have the time, I share it because guess what? Ain't nothing wrong with sharing something, you know? It doesn't cost you nothing to show love to somebody. And let me tell you something. A lot of my subscribers and followers on Instagram show me more love than my own personal friends. You know? Show me more love. Like, show me more support. My family supports me, which I'm fortunate for. But like I said, a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers on Instagram show me more love than people that you actually know. And that's kind of crazy. But yeah, here we got the Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin out the package. Ready to stump a mud hole. Love the jersey. Fire. Fire! It's warm in here. Yes, I shave my head. If you guys don't know, I shave my head, man. I ain't got time to be letting my hair grow no more. Give me a hell yeah! Oh, man. Comes with 4 set of hands. Really 6 because the hands he got on his body already. My girl's mad at me because I shaved my head, but I'm like, girl, you better stop it. My daughter's mad at me. But it's like I said, I'm 42 years old. Thank God that my hair has lasted as long as it did. But I'm not going to be in denial, man. It's thinning out. It grows back. Don't get me wrong. I shaved it, but it grows back. It grows back. But it's just, you could tell when it grows back, it's like, okay, it's going back with a struggle. So I was like, you know what? We're not going to be in neglect. We're just going to take care of it. That's right. Hell yeah. But yeah, predictions for WrestleMania. Let me crack my neck real quick because I got to get ready for this one. Predictions for WrestleMania. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I'm going with Obafemi. As much as Brock Lesnar's been out here for 25 years, dominating and beating the shit out of everybody. After Brock's recent interview mentioning how his accolades and all that stuff don't really matter, is what he does with his family, and I respect that as a father. I respect that 100%. I'm not even mad at him for that. I respect that to the fullest, and that made me give Brock Lesnar more respect as a man and as a person. So I respect that, but he also said that this return is very short term. So I'm going with Oba on this match, and I'm because Brock said that he's gonna retire soon, but basically because I like Obafemi too. Obafemi's a uprising star who's been winning, the fan love for the past year or two on NXT, and now he's in the big roster doing his thing. And it's funny because when Oba dropped the championship on NXT, I was like, damn, what he's gonna do next? And when Brock did that, open challenge for WrestleMania, I was like, what the fuck? But at the same time, we seen what happened in the Royal Rumble. And during that match between Brock and Obafemi, Brock told Obafemi when they was face to face, not yet. I relapsed. He was like, not yet. So I was like, I want Javon Evans to win the IC title, but wouldn't mind Penta retaining. I agree with you on that one. I agree 100%. If Javon Evans was to win the IC championship and WrestleMania, I won't be mad. But if Penta retains, I'll be even happier. Because I love Penta. Penta's my dude. I love what he does in the ring and out the ring. Cero miedo, baby. Cero miedo. I love Penta. So if Penta was to retain, I'll be happy. If Javon Evans was to win, I won't be mad, but at the same time, I'll be like, damn. But like I said, either or, if Javon Evans was to win, I'll be like, yo, he deserves it because he does. And if Penta were to retain, I'll be happy too. Then, of course, we got rumors of Stone Cold Steve Austin, excuse me, being backstage at WrestleMania 42. Don't know how true it is, but I heard that he's going to be at WrestleMania 42. Let's see. Also, we heard about John Cena hosting WrestleMania 42. Shout out to the GOAT, John Cena. It's unfortunate because at the end of the day, he retired, so he should be able to enjoy his retirement. He's only been retired for a couple of months now, and the fact that he had to come back to host, it's kind of crazy. But I won't be happy to see John Cena. Hopefully, they do something there with Gunther and the Seth Rollins match. Like, John comes out to greet the fans, and Gunther comes out and tries to provoke him, and he gets the attitude adjustment, and before you know it, he gets a stomp, and before you know it, he loses. I won't be mad about that. It kind of be karma, And of course, we got CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Like I said, as much as I want the Tribal Chief to retain gold, I don't know. Something's telling me that Punk is gonna retain that championship. That's a custom championship that I made for the Tribal Chief. But yeah, like I said, Roman was to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I won't be mad. Honestly, I won't be mad. I will not be mad if Roman wins the World Heavyweight Championship. But if CM Punk was to retain, I'll be happy. Because at the same time, I feel like Punk has something to prove. Who wouldn't love El Penta? I love Penta. All the latch doors jumping off the ropes and all the stuff is so fire. But for real, I have to agree. Appreciate that, kayfabe. But like I said, if Roman was to win, I'll be happy because it's a Tribal Chief. But if CM Punk was to retain, I'll be more excited because it's like, bro, I'm gonna be like, I told ya so. Like I said, I just can't wait. Then of course you got Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Even though I'm not happy about the Pat McAfee storyline of Pat McAfee being involved, I would prefer for Randy's father to be involved, Vincent Kennedy McMahon to be involved, or even Ted DiBiase Jr., man. You guys had the chance to do something great for WrestleMania 42, and you put Pat McAfee in this storyline. Let me tell you something. Pat McAfee talk about he's not gonna come back to wrestling if Randy Orton doesn't win the championship. Pat, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares, Pat. You don't come back. Thank you for what you've done, but it's not a big deal. Sorry, that's just me. I don't hate Pat McAfee. I actually love the dude, but what he did, and he's making nah, bro. Like I said, it should have been Randy Orton's father, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, or even Shane McMahon, or like I said, Ted DiBiase Jr. would have been fire, man. A legacy trio, that would have been sick. But like I said, it didn't happen. They fumbled it. So let's see what's going on now. At the end of the day, Cody versus Randy Orton. I do want Randy Orton to be the 15-time champion. So I'm definitely going with Randy on this one. If Cody retains, hey, I wouldn't be mad. But at the same time, I would love to see Randy become a 15-time undisputed champion. Getting a little bit closer to John Cena's numbers. And of course, Sami Zayn versus Trick Willie. Honestly speaking, I would prefer the triple match between Zayn, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick. But we're not getting that. We're going to get Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. And I have to say, I'm going with Trick Williams. I hope he comes out and whoops that Trick. But yeah. So far, I give you guys a little bit of predictions for WrestleMania 42. Not all the predictions. I will be posting on my Instagram. I will be doing all that stuff by tomorrow. Get everything ready. And on Saturday morning, I will be posting predictions. I will be posting questions. I will be posting, polls, ask me stuff on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys like that. Whoop that trick. That's right. Make sure you guys smash that like button, I meant to say. And make sure you guys let everybody know that loves wrestling and collects wrestling and just love to talk wrestling in general. That your boy Jay here, a.k.a. Marv, is live every Thursday night shooting the shit, talking wrestling, going live, and just having a great time. Like I said, I don't get paid for this stuff. But at the end of the day, I enjoy it. It's what gives me that, that drive and just to be a fan and generally. Like I said, I've been a fan since 1991, 6 years old. Never stopped watching wrestling, even when it was bad. Never stopped watching, even when Vince McMahon was doing crappy ass promotions and all that. I was just a big supporter. I was like, you know what? This is what I love, and I'm going to continue to watch it. But like I said, I'm excited for Mania. Hope you guys enjoy what I show you guys here tonight. One more time, we got that Joe Hendry autograph. Because we believe in Joe Hendry. I got this last week. If you guys didn't know, we got that Stone Cold Steve Austin from Mattel Creations. Yeah. We got that Mattel Creations, Stone Cold Steve Austin, King of the Ring. Hell yeah. Shout out to Mattel Creations for this awesome figure. If you guys did not get lucky and pick this up, oof. Because honestly speaking, I thought I wasn't gonna get lucky, and I did. And when I went back to try to order another one, it was already sold out. So I have to say I got lucky. Shout out to my boy Pun also that got lucky with this figure because we both ordered these figures at the same time, and his came before mine's. But like I said, we got lucky because when I went back online to try to pre-order to try to order it again, so that way I can unbox one and present it. Was not that lucky, so I got lucky to got one at least. So let's see. Also, we got this bad boy, LJN figure, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's not a black card, but we got that LJN figure. Excuse me. Shout out to Mattel Creation. Shout out to Target. Shout out to LJN for recreating these figures and bringing them back to life. Here we have in the back Ultimate Warrior, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jesse the Body Ventura, King Kong Bundy, which I'm actually looking for. I need that King Kambumbi. And yes, like I said earlier, we got that black card Hulk Hogan, that black card Dusty Rhodes, that black card Logan Paul, and the black card John Cena. Yo, you gotta get a donation box set up. That would be dope, honestly speaking. I tried to do donations before through my Cash app to go to do more figure hunts and stuff like that. A lot of people don't really interact, and honestly speaking, I understand. I'm not greedy for money. You know, if people was to send me a donation, I'll be happy about it. If people can send me a donation, it is what it is. I'm not gonna hold it against anybody. I'm not that type of person. But I'll put my Cash app here for whoever wants to donate to the channel. You don't have to. You know, at the end of the day, your boy just go live and loves to do it. You know, and show what you got and show my collection behind me. As you can see behind me, I got an Ultimate Edition collection. Got the World Heavyweight Championship. Got the Undisputed Championship. Got figures. You know, I just love to do this stuff. I just love to just collect and talk wrestling. But let me see. Cash app. You sure I got it right? Oh, I hope my video didn't stop right now. I'll be mad on Instagram. I hope my video didn't stop. Whew, I was like, what happened? There you guys go. Cash app, $ Marvelous 1983. Like I said, your boy just loves to do this. I love wrestling. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. I will be doing a video of this unboxing and post it on Instagram. So be sure to be watching next, because pretty soon I'm going to be doing that video. I was going to unbox him here. Matter of fact, I wasn't unboxing here, but I prefer to do a video with my Meta Ray-Ban glasses, so you guys see from my point of view of me unboxing these cards. So yeah, tune into Instagram. I will be posting a video recently. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. Hope you guys have fun and enjoy the weekend. We got Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night. Let's see what happens if they have the Andre the Giant Memorial, something, you know. Or let's see what happens in general. But yeah, excited about WrestleMania. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. Support everybody that showed up, and you know, support your boy Jay, aka Marv, here on Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. Like I said, smash the like button. Let your boys, smash the like button. Let your boy know about anybody else that loves wrestling. I'm tired. And let them know your boy Jay, aka Marv, loves wrestling and talks wrestling every Thursday night at 9:20 p.m. Join me here on Instagram, because I ain't gonna be doing this from now on. Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you do. Show some love. Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. It's really Marvelous Collectibles on YouTube. I think. Yo, bro, I see you. God bless. You already know, man. Have a good night, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, just show me some love, man. That's it. Hyped about it. But yeah, the channel is definitely Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. Check me out. Subscribe if you haven't. Smash that like button. Share on your platform. Let your boys know, or your gals know, that your boy collect wrestling figures and talk wrestling and just love to shoot the shits and have a good night and have a great time. But yeah, man. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy WrestleMania. Predictions will be posted on Saturday morning. Can't wait. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. Collect what you love. Remember what I say. See you guys Saturday. WrestleMania, baby! Woo! Have a good night, y'all.